Healthy Lifestyle Crib presents Ways to stop feeling tired all the time. Number 1. Reduce your coffee intake every day. About 90% of Americans use caffeinated beverages every day, mainly coffee, tea, and soda. Inserting milligrams of caffeine into your system will provide you a short-term energy boost. It's no surprise that so many people need caffeine to get through the day. It causes your nervous system to go into overload, your heartbeat to beat quicker, more blood to flow into your brain and muscles, and your mood, focus, and performance to improve. When you're feeling exhausted or unmotivated, you may reach for a cup of coffee or an energy drink, which will provide a short-term boost of energy but may have negative consequences in the long run. In the short term, caffeine can help you focus and complete more tasks, but it can have a significant impact on your natural energy levels, which most people don't consider. Think about it, if you need coffee every day to function, your body may have a more difficult time producing its own sense of energy, and drinking caffeine may also lead to a decline in the quality of your nighttime rest. Caffeine inhibits the body's ability to unwind and calm down naturally. One research suggests that consuming caffeine in the form of coffee or tea can cause your body's internal clock to slow down, making it harder to fall asleep and stay asleep. Keep in mind that your brain uses deep sleep to transmit new memories, detoxify, and prepare for the next day. If you drink too much caffeine, you stop your brain from functioning at its best, so if you want to stop feeling tired all the time, just decrease the amount of caffeine that you drink each day. Caffeine withdrawal can be unpleasant and counterproductive, therefore cutting back gradually is recommended rather than stopping cold turkey. You can gradually reduce your coffee consumption by ordering smaller coffee cups or switching to water. You'll have more vitality than ever before, and it has nothing to do with caffeine. Number 2. Get additional iron in your diet. Many people battle with fatigue because they aren't getting enough iron, so if you're always exhausted, it's worth examining your diet. Hemoglobin is the protein responsible for giving your blood its distinctive red color and carrying oxygen to every cell, tissue, and organ in your body. Without enough hemoglobin, your muscles will feel weak and your organs will not function properly. Iron can be found in foods like beans, whole grains, nuts, and leafy greens. The good news is that increasing your intake of iron-rich veggies may be all it takes to overcome your exhaustion and return to your normal, productive self. Number 3. Stimulate your mind. Do you feel confined or bored in your current position? Do you no longer participate in the activities you once enjoyed? When you're doing something you don't enjoy over and over again, it can be easy to lose motivation and go into a rut, which can lead to feelings of exhaustion. You feel drained and less able to focus on your task as a result. Obviously, if you're working in a field that you dislike, you won't be able to find any enthusiasm for it. Even if you adopt all of the healthy routines on this list, your motivation will dwindle if you wake up each morning dreading going to work. This is why it's important to actively seek out moments of excitement. Whether it's something you're trying out at work or as a side hobby, make sure you're constantly pushing yourself and finding new sources of motivation. Number 4. Identify the sources of your stress. The cause of your exhaustion may not necessarily be your own fault. It's not always easy to figure out what exactly is worrying you out, but there are a lot of other reasons why you can't shake that stress and negativity. Because of this, some people keep a stress journal in order to identify the causes of their stress. You may keep track of everything that bothers you and causes you stress by keeping a stress journal. Do you have presentation anxiety? Do you have butterflies about when family comes to town? The stress patterns in your life can be better understood if you keep a detailed log of every stressor. Let's imagine you spend some time with a toxic friend and, after a few hours, you feel frustrated. You decide to record this in your stress journal, but, upon reflection, you notice that spending time with this person consistently contributes to your stress levels. When you notice a pattern like that, you know it's time to make some adjustments. It may be challenging at first, but your stress levels and outlook will improve dramatically with time. Number 5. Cut down your meals. The majority of us have spent our entire lives consuming 3 square meals. These 3 meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, may be doing more harm than good. We're hungry first thing in the morning, so we have breakfast, then, a couple of hours later, we're hungry again, but we know we have to wait another 3 hours until lunch. So we do. By then, though, we're not just hungry, we're ravenous. As a result of your hunger, you've simply consumed an excessive amount of food. Usually, you'd feel refreshed and revitalized after a meal, but instead, you're more fatigued than ever. After that massive feast, all you probably want to do is sleep. Rather than forcing yourself to wait between meals when you're hungry, try eating smaller meals more frequently. This can help you avoid overeating. Eat a little lunch to give yourself a boost of energy without stuffing yourself, and you'll be more likely to enjoy the benefits of a balanced meal than to fall to a food coma. Number 6. Get out of your seat. Globally, people are increasingly struggling with chronic fatigue. 15% of women and more than 10% of men report experiencing noticeable fatigue on a daily basis. That's tens of millions of people in the US who are chronically fatigued. What gives? Many people seem to have trouble maintaining their stamina. Why is that? Well, a clue can be found in what you do for hours every day, whether at work, at home, or even while you're out with friends. If you haven't figured it by now, I'm referring to sitting. Nearly the course of an 8-hour workday, the typical American spends over 6.5 hours sitting. After getting home, you might fall asleep for a few more hours in front of the television or on the couch while unwittingly reading. You're sitting for 8 to 12 hours a day. Now that you think about it, sitting for so long has a huge impact on your energy levels. When you sit for long periods of time, your body slows down and you start feeling lazy. If you want to avoid feeling tired all the time, you need to stand up and get your body moving. Short periods of action have been shown to have positive effects on both the body and the brain. If you can, aim to exercise for 15 to 20 minutes per day. That short burst of movement may not seem like much, but it can actually keep you going for a long time. Number 7. Focus on your breathing. How often do you give some thought to your breathing? It's really odd that many of us go days or even weeks without giving much thought to our breath. Even though it is essential to your survival, breathing can easily become automatic, lost in the background with other bodily processes like blinking or heartbeat. Well, you won't believe how refreshed and revitalized you'll feel after just a few minutes of focused breathing. Sounds simple. Just sit up straight, breathe deeply in through your nose, and exhale completely. If you can repeat this process 10 to 15 times, you will feel physically and mentally refreshed. As the increased oxygen intake will improve your performance and the time spent at relaxation will help you to unwind and relieve stress. The nice aspect is that you can reuse this method endlessly. If you're feeling exhausted, it's important to remember to take a deep breath because doing so will always be beneficial. Thank you for watching. If you like what you see, subscribe and turn on the notification bell for more great stuff to come.